Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jay Whitlow. We are here with Black Millennials for Flint and Chef Reagan for our first edition of the Lead-Free Foodie Project. Chef Reagan, what's going on?
Hello, and thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Right, yo, I'm just glad to get back in the kitchen with you. You know, we've had a long run.
Yes.
Really quick, Lady Fingers Catering Company. So tell me how long you've been doing it.
I have been in business for almost 17 years.
Okay.
I've been self-employed. June is my 10th year anniversary of being self-employed. Yes, it is. It must be your birthday.
You already know. Kansas City. You already know. Cool. Okay, so real quick, so we are doing applesauce today.
Super simple applesauce for our kiddos.
Okay.
The one thing that I'm passionate about is my 3-year-old beautiful baby boy. My husband and I.
Okay.
My husband eats pretty clean.
Okay.
I dibble and dabble in clean eating, but you know, I want my son to have a clean palate. He didn't have a lot of sugar in his diet, those types of things. So we're making applesauce super simple and easy. People think making homemade applesauce with baby food is super simple, and I'm going to show you today.
So tell me a little bit why was it important with this child to really do organic food? Because you do, from my understanding, you do all organic food.
I do all organic food for my son, and when you know better, you do better.
Okay.
This is my third child, but I was an older parent. And you do more research. I know my husband was like, you act like you've never had a kid before. Yes, I did have other kids, and them little jokers was eating Cheetos and all kind of stuff. Well, this baby, you know, you perceive differently and you move differently when you know better. So I did a lot of research on what did I want to do when my son started to eat solid foods. And my research, I found that there was a lot of lead in baby food that is sold in grocery stores, which was shocking. I believe it was like 20% of the baby food that was tested had lead in it. So how you prevent that is, and I tell people all the time, when you cook at home, you get to determine what's in that food. You can determine what it looked like, all those things, so you eliminate the preservatives and all those things in your food when you prepare it at home. You don't know what the chef has added or the fast food worker, if anything was even added. So I was just really passionate about making sure that my son had a great start, a fresh palate, a palate where he can taste what broccoli really tastes like, peas and carrots and fruit, without having a lot of sugar in his diet. You know, because if you eat popsicles and cupcakes, and I love all those things too, but the things that he needs that give him his body nutrition and all those things for strong health, strong teeth, great eyesight is in vegetables and fruits.
All right, cool. So where do we start with this homemade applesauce?
This is super simple. I normally do either a Fiji apple or a crisp apple. It's super simple, it's super easy. And one thing that I tell anybody, if you're pregnant and you're doing a wish list, a baby registry, this is how I got my baby bullet. It's just like the Ninja bullet, but it's a baby. I just peel it off. You can use a little bit of the skin for the roughage. It's always good for digestion. But be careful when, depending on how old your baby is. With this, I just chop it up similar to this. Chop it up, boil it. I'm not adding anything to it. My son loves it. Sometimes I'll throw some strawberries in there and I blend it up, or I throw some raspberries or blueberries in there to give it a little flavor.
So how long should you let the apple slices boil?
Until they're tender. You don't want them mushy, but you want them firm, but you also want them to be able to take a knife and kind of pierce them, and they should pierce easily.
And so there's no problem doing it while it's hot, or it doesn't have to be cold?
No problem. It does not have to be cooled off. You can, but for me, I normally just go ahead and blend it. Now I wait a minute before I refrigerate it, because heat and cold, you want it to come down to room temperature before you store it in the refrigerator. And I normally do this maybe 3 to 4. It's usually gone probably about in 3 to 4 days. And then I make a whole new batch, and I get storage containers, I put it in the refrigerator, and he absolutely loves it. If you have a finicky eater, or you know, you can also put this over chicken. If you're giving your baby pork, a good pork, a lean piece of chicken, top of a little applesauce, because you're introducing protein into their diet. If you're wanting to do vegetables, I do a lot of carrots, peas, green beans, avocado. I know people are like, I only eat avocado if it's in guacamole. But let me tell you, it doesn't really taste like anything, right? So if you're gonna blend up baby food with broccoli, add some avocado in it. Avocado is a fantastic healthy fat. I do not add sugar. I may dash a little bit of cinnamon if I'm just trying to give him a little bit of taste.
Okay.
But it tastes really, really great. It's all natural, and I know what my son is actually getting. Even if you get I'm not going to call out any brands because I don't want to hate on them. I'm not. I promise you I'm not. I just want you to know that you can do this simple and easy at your home.
So what I can say also, what I can appreciate about the organic baby food is that when we just doing our research, we realized that lead potentially in food could really cause brain damage to our children. It has effects on behavior and things of that nature. So I really think it's important to do your own baby food applesauce. So what I want to make sure people know as we wrap up, where do you get your fresh fruit from? And did you find it financially fit to do your fresh fruit versus prepackaged applesauce?
Absolutely, because if you get a little jar of baby food, you're talking about $2 to $3 for one jar of baby food. Fruit is $1. Now I'm the type that goes to multiple grocery stores, and what I want to say, a lot of people don't have a Whole Food in their neighborhood, or maybe a Fresh Market, but it's a growing thing to have urban gardens. The whole urban garden is for us to be able to go and get those fresh herbs and vegetables for our family, because you may live in the inner city or downtown, and most downtown areas don't have the bougie Fresh Market or Whole Food. But I mean, Kroger, if that's your neighborhood store, and just look at your vegetables and your fruits and make sure that they don't have any nicks on them and they're on beef. You can tell if a vegetable has been dropped and things like that. So consider those things, but I think anything that's fresh is best.
So this has really been a quick and easy thing, and I guess so you get a chance if you mash it up, blend it up, we're almost on our way to great applesauce.
Yes, and I know you have a baby boy too.
I do. So my wife actually did all the organic food as well for him. So I was fascinated in the time that it takes. It doesn't take long to chop up the apples, put them in there.
Super smooth, super simple. I'm just going to do a little bit just so you guys can see.
Great. I want to be like him and be like, yo, let's kick it up a notch and throw some cinnamon in there.
Right, you can, but you absolutely can. You can throw some cinnamon, of course, cool it down, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon. You do not need any sugar because there's all.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
Get that texture. You gotta fold it in there real good.
It's a smooth texture. Right. Chill it. I promise you, your kids will love it. I mean, it's not just for babies, but you can also do this for your kid and have it in little containers if you're packing lunches.
Cool. Well, Chef Reagan, thank you so much for coming out. We really do appreciate it. And we hope you guys enjoyed this, our first segment of the Lead-Free Foodie Project. Shouts out to Black Millennials for Flint. And we out. Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Jake Whitlaw. I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to Black Millennials for Flint Lead-Free Foodie Project 2021. Again, lead is a serious metal that our bodies just can't handle. It poses dangerous threats to our children. It could cause learning behaviors. It could also cause the breakdown of different organs in our children. Please do your research. If you have any questions, call 1-800-424-LEAD. It's the National Lead Prevention Center. Peace.